This is what we did on September 29th, 2020 in literacy. We started by playing a I Spy game. The I Spy game consisted of the teacher saying, I spy with my little eye something that begins with the letter S. We wash our hands with it. What is it? It would be the sink. The sink. It starts with the letter S, and we wash our hands with it. Then we started talking about features of print, and we read this passage here, and we focused on the first line. If I could make a special wish, we noticed that there were 7 words in that line, and that special had the most letters in it, and A had the least. Then we started looking at this, which started as butterfly, and we mixed up the first letter in the word. So butterfly turned into utterfly, or d utterfly, or or g butterfly. And then we did that for rainbow and kangaroo, and then we listened to words, and I had the students say what was the last sound of each word. So, for example, soak. The last sound of that word was, and then we said D dinosaur D. That's the sound that the D makes. D dinosaur D. Then we thought up words, different words that made the D word or the D sound, like dinosaur, dig, day. Then we started blending today. So we started to add D, D. Then we introduced a. Then we put it together, da. And then we put another D there, which was dad. We did the same thing with S, add. Add makes sad. Same thing with M, add makes mad. And then we finished with we finished with the Fox book on page 23 and 24. You had to write the lowercase d 4 times, write the lowercase d, uppercase d 4 times. Then you had to write dad and mad, and you had to write the sentence dad was sad. And then you had to either write the letter D on these 2 lines. If it was in the beginning of the word, you would write it on the second line. If it was in the beginning of the word, you would write it on the first line. So, for example, hand, you would write on the second line because that's the D arrives at the end of the word hand. But if you're talking about duck, that would be at the beginning of the word duck. So you would write it on this line, and that's on page 23 and 24 of your Fox book, the Open Court practice book. So that's what we did in literacy on September 29th, 2020.